Hello and welcome to Seder Soul Sailing. I uh, I know I haven't been doing many videos lately, but I've been kind of busy. Um, I Hopefully I can shuffle the cards. I chopped a chunk out of my finger. I guess that was my ring finger. I'd love to wear a ring on it. I would be happily marry at least one human on this earth. But rings and sailing don't pair well. Jewelry of any kind in sailing. I love to wear rings and silver plata, uh, and necklaces and shit like that. But you lose them or break them when you're sailing because you're always doing shit like really athletic kind of. Don't know what's going to happen with the sun here in this reading because I'm getting blown in all different directions. It's rolly as hell out here today. But we'll see. I guess you don't really need to see me. I guess I can figure out how to hold the cards up so you can see them. As if anybody watches anyway, right? So, weird shit coming out with this Epstein things and stuff from the Spaniards first coming to Central America, and it was horrific stuff. And you'd have priests like they'd be having like an assembly line where they were cutting people's hands and feet, fingers and noses off, and this was the Catholic Church doing this shit, and they would. And then they'd finally eat them, but they'd cut off their genitals and their breasts, and it was pretty, these were like history books, I guess. They didn't stop us from looking at them in our library because I didn't think they really understood books and where I went to school. I'm going to switch positions here because I may have a little bit of better light now. We've been yeah, that might be a little bit better. We've been shifting around quite a bit here. So, anyway, this is going to be a weird reading because this Epstein stuff. It's like okay. I was talking about those plates and stuff that were in those old history books showing what the Spaniard priests were doing. No, I'm not fishing. Actually, I'm shopping for fishing gear today. I've got a little bit, but not much. But and I always wondered what the hell. I mean, what the hell are a bunch of priests cutting off little kids' penises and shit like that for, and mutilating humans? And they're the more we get into this, when you look at how deeply the Catholic Church was entwined with Jeffrey Epstein, how deeply the Catholic Church is involved with the criminal occupation of Palestine that we call Israel. I mean, it's like it's a big club. Not only are we not in it, we do not want to be in this club. This is a creepy, goddamn evil club. Wow, so evil. Yeah, and the more we look at these Epstein files, the more it's like, holy shit, they really were talking. That's what these people are talking about. I mean, these are like Rothschilds and popes and freaking English royalty and Norwegian royalty, and good lord, these people are like they're not human. They're not human. They're hideous goddamn sea creatures. So I'm gonna see what the cards have to say about that because I might have told you this. I apologize for repeating myself. I don't know if hey, a bunch of you are on here. Give it a like. If because they're probably going to take this one down fairly quick, I think. That's why I'm doing it live. So whatever, these things that we've abdicated our power to these people. It's to the politicians. I don't give a shit if it's Trump or Obama or Bush or any of them. I mean, they're all part of that same damn club. They're all going to the same pizza parties, you know. They're all sucking the same freaking adrenochrome. So, what I want to ask the cards today is, can we get rid of these people? I mean, one way or another, you know, if they're reptiles like David Icke says, like reptilian aliens, best pair of cowboy boots I ever had was made of alligator hide. I wore those boots and motorcycle all over the United States and Canada and Mexico. I mean, they had 50,000 miles on those boots. But so crocodiles and alligators make some hell of good boots. So, you know, they might the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the freaking Windsor, some Mountbattens or whatever the hell they are, Habsburgs and the you know, we don't have to waste them. You know what I mean? We can put them to good use. The Royal Cowboy boots, you know. And it's looking like, you know, I don't know if they killed off enough of us with the death jabs. You know, the clot shots. Holy shit. Look at Dr. John Campbell's video before he gets taken down. I mean, the evidence is in, you know. This was bad news. But I think I read somewhere that the Talmud or whatever said they periodically have to kill off like 4/5 of the human slave herd, and that's a lot of people. That's like, you know, they needed to have get us down to about remember it's the number on the Norwegian or on the Georgia Guidestones was they wanted to get us down to 500 million from like 7 billion. So. But I think they're only going to manage to take out maybe 2 to 4 billion of us. So I think they screwed the pooch. So evil, yeah. Well, so you know, so we can, like Jimmy Dore used to say, there's still going to be enough of us left to drown them in our piss, right? So let's. So are we going to get it together? Are we going to all band together? And I don't know what we do with them. You know, maybe making boots is a little harsh. Maybe we put them. Victoria thinks we should put them on an island way up by the Arctic, and we can provide housing and food to the ones that tell us what's going on, the ones that snitch on their evil overlords, you know, on whatever demons or satanic creatures they worship. And the rest of them, they can just fend for themselves. They can fight off the polar bear with sticks and stuff like that. So, anyway, well, you know, we'll figure something out. But are we going to do it? Are we going to take ownership of our personal sovereignty? Are we going to tell these reptiles, these Masonic creatures, these Illuminati, whatever the hell you want to call them, are we gonna keep letting them? Are we gonna keep giving them? Thanks for watching. Owning giving them assigning them our personal sovereignty. Or are we gonna take ownership of it ourselves? Let's see. Let's see what the cards have to say. This is the significator, the Chariot. And that's an interesting card for this. So this means... landfall. Well, they'll go to a different channel soon enough. They contact each other on this channel, and then they go to another one. So the Chariot is we're in the fight, and we're ready to move. We're ready to move somewhere else. But that doesn't mean that we're going to win the fight. But we're definitely doing battle. And here is the overall situation, the Ten of Wands. So that means we've still got a whole lot of work to do. We're in the middle of doing a lot of work, but we're almost through the other side. We just can't see it because we can't see that we can't see that we have the power to own our personal sovereignty. We still think we need to assign it to the Illuminati shitbirds, the demonic creatures. So here is the gateway. This is what the gateway is. The gateway. The gateway is being stabbed in the back. The gateway is betrayal. Maybe that means we have to realize that these people, these religious leaders, these priests and pastors and child molesters, chomos, that have been raping and slaughtering children at least since the 1490s and early 1500s, when the Catholics were coming over here and butchering the Aztec and the Mayan, have been betraying us. Maybe that's what we need to realize to get through this. We need to realize that these people we trusted have just been betraying us. And that's every damn politician there is. Here's the root. The root card is the Eight of Pentacles. That means we've been perfecting our craft. We've been doing the work to build up our strength. So we've got a good foundation. But here is the present moment, and this is the devil. This is temptation. That's how they get us our personal sovereignty. They offer us comfort and convenience. And I mean, water. I have to. It's a lot of work. It's not a life of convenience, and maybe we're tempted by the convenience of having a big sky daddy, by having a president, whether that's Trump or who else, I don't know, Gavin Newsom, it doesn't matter. By just having a leader, it gives us the illusion that we don't have to be responsible for our own well-being, our own strength. But we do. We have to own our personal sovereignty. Absolutely have to own our personal sovereignty. And this is our future. And this is the psychological future. And that's the King of Swords. That's a fierce, strong ownership. That's owning our strength and projecting it out into the world in a fierce, firm, harsh way. And here's the future, and this is a cheap victory, so that's not good. That is, let's hope that the final outcome is better than that, because that's like knowing we can't let these. You ever see The Matrix? There was this one guy. He said he's eating a steak and he doesn't want to be out in the real world anymore. He wants to go back in the Matrix, and he betrays his friends, and he does this to his friends. And he's sitting there and he goes, I know this is imaginary, this steak, and none of this is real, but I like it and I want it, That's the cheap victory we're going to be offered. That's what we're going to be tempted to have. And some of us are going to take it, I'm afraid. But, and we're afraid of bringing home what we deserve. We're afraid of getting our just rewards because we're afraid that we've had too many cheap victories. And the astrological energy is joy from the past. And I'm old enough to remember I lived in a world once where we kind of owned our personal sovereignty. We had freedom. We could do things. Some of you are watching still. Give it a like if you can, if you haven't already. We have the astrological energy is there for us to do that, and then we've got good astrology for this. I mean, we're in a world-changing astrological moment with Saturn conjoining. It was like 4 days ago. Saturn conjoined Neptune at 0 degrees Aries at like the front door of the zodiac. It came in. And that is reality combined with hope. That's but that's also seeing through illusion. That's and that we that's a good thing. That's truth revealed. Thank you. Very, so the what we want is the Seven of Wands. We really want to have high ground, but we need stable footing for that to matter. And here is the final outcome, and this is this is initiating what we're okay. This ties in with this. This is our fears. This is our ship coming in, and this is our final solution, our final outcome, sending our ships out. So what that's saying is, we're going to start something very real, and if we do it right, we don't have to be afraid of the outcome. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Golden hour. Appreciate it. Hey, give us a like if you haven't already. And this modifies our fears. And this is our ships coming in, but this says that we don't need to be afraid because we put out good energy. It's coming back to us. And this is important. This is modifying the astrological energy. All this, we got stuff going on now that's just absolutely crazy astrologically. But that means we have to finish what we start. We can't leave any loose ends. It's going to come back to haunt us. And here is the, this modifies our desires, and that's to be on high ground. And that says we're going to have to wait for that. We're going to have to hold up for a little bit for that. And this modifies the final outcome of, it's a two of wands, and this modifies it's the two of pentacles. So what our ships bring us when our ships come in is going to depend on how much balance we put in. We finish what we start. We realize that we've been betrayed, but we don't let that destroy us. And we don't be afraid. Let's not be afraid going into this. Because we got a lot that we can get in this world if we're not afraid. I think it looks pretty good, actually. I mean, it's not so good right now because we're being betrayed. I mean, you know, we need a president who doesn't go put on a funny little hat and, you know, toss Netanyahu's salad. You know, we need Netanyahu is evil. The Pope is evil. The frickin' British royals are evil. I mean, good Lord. It looks like, I mean, Andrew got arrested this week. I think it's been like almost 400 years or some damn thing since a member of the royal family was actually arrested. 300 years or something like that. And so things are happening. We just can't see it because we're in the thick of it right now. And let's I don't know that we're going to get much, you know, help from the legal system, because the legal system, I mean, the legal system is based on maritime law. That was created by the same demonic, demon worshiping pedophiles and Satanists that are running the world right now. So, and it was not designed to help us. It was designed to keep them in power. So, you know, we're gonna have to take over. I mean, literally, we're gonna have to just not have governments. We're gonna have to be our own damn kings and our own presidents and our own priests and our own preachers. I mean, we need to, you know, I've been looking into the gospel, the texts that were cut out of the Bible, and there was some good stuff. Christ consciousness it's a good model, and it's not in the Bible that we're taught in at least the Western, you know, the Catholic Protestant religions of the world. I guess some of the Orthodox religions in the East still practice it, but you know, we need to go back to our roots. We need to we need to go back and visit. Well, and I don't mean go back to the happy days of the 50s when people didn't talk about getting raped by the priest, you know? Um, we need to go back to a time before that, you know, a time when we had a direct connection with the divine of this world. Um, and we need to do the work thoroughly. We need to finish what we start. And we're not necessarily going to, we're not going to, this reading isn't about any completion, but this reading says we're going to be offered a new beginning. And if we do things right, if we do what we're supposed to do, we can make something really profound. We have the power to do that. Can't give in to temptation. We can't take the easy way out, and we can't leave loose ends. And we can no longer keep assigning our personal sovereignty to people that betray us over and over again. I got unfriended by a person on Facebook today. Older woman, she lives in Mexico. Interesting woman, but she had totally assigned her personal sovereignty to Trump, and now she's living in Puerto Vallarta, which is on fire because of I mean, that's its own reading. You know that it's like, yeah, those shitbirds that they're killing need to be gotten rid of, but the government of Mexico isn't any better. You got two corrupt entities that are kind of coexisting over there. And if one goes down, the other one's left unchecked. So, I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's its own reading. Let's see what the cards have to say. I'll maybe do that one tomorrow. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it, and I hope this reading. It had some good warnings for us. It's really some good direction for how we can get through this and how we can retake control. We can retake ownership of our personal sovereignty and quit letting these perverts and satanic child molesting cannibals run the world. You know, I mean, good Lord. And you know what? Maybe we don't have to have a Bastille Day 2. Maybe we do this by just stopping, complying, just remove ourselves from their sphere of influence. You know, if they start coming around our farms and our houses and stuff, might have to do what you have to do, but you know, but maybe they'll just cannibalize themselves when they run out of children to eat. Anyway, I hope you guys like this. Thank you for watching. Love you all, and let's get through this. Let's become our own leaders. Let's become our own sovereigns. Let's make this. Let's do what we have to do to make the world that we create a good world. Love you all, and take care, and talk to you soon. Bye.